Alright, this is my HHO generator. It's a 7-plate, 8.5 by 8.5 inches. And I got the plates were laser cut. I got them from a guy online. And the way I've got it hooked up, I got it hooked up straight to a battery, 12-volt battery down here, connected to a battery charger. So that 12 volts is running without any current limiting device or no pulse width modulator, nothing on it, just hooked up straight. And my flow meter is reading, we're getting closer so you can see it, it's reading 6.5 liters per minute. And that's, to me, is just amazing. The way I've got this plumbed is I've got a reservoir tank that's 1 gallon, and at the bottom here, gravity flow into the HHO generator. The HHO generator, I've got plates on both sides to a T. At the top there, the gas comes out. You can see it bubbling in here, coming up out of the tube, back into the reservoir. And then that bubbles up to the top, comes out the upper tube, goes through the flow meter, and then over to this bubbler here. And you can see it's an amazing production at 6.5 liters out of just 7 plates with 12 volts across it. That gives you about 2 volts drop per cell. I'll light this off here. That's it's amazing stuff. Anyway, that's where I am with it right now. I plan to put the pulse width modulator in there. I plan to have another reservoir. I've got a little kit that I bought that I've got to put together yet to measure there's the kit. Get a shot of that. We'll measure the level in the reservoir, and as the level is decreased, of course your mix gets a lot thicker then, much more sodium hydroxide in there, and so what we want to do is be able to keep that clean. So I'm going to mount a water reservoir over here, a distilled water reservoir, with a pump onto the liquid level sensor, and automatically fill that tank when it drops down to a certain level. That way we'll keep the ratio of distilled water to KOH at a constant. Find out what that mix is supposed to be. The other thing I want to do is right in here I want to put a small 12 volt pump. I've got these little 12 volt pump. You can see it here, a little 12 volt windshield washer pump. Mostly nylon parts, so it should work fine with that stuff. I got them from Anco. And I'm going to put a pump in here to pump that solution through so it'll constantly circulate. That'll help. I don't know if you can see the bubbles right there. See, there's bubbles that are just hanging onto the plates. They're not going anywhere. I think the circulation will help move that up. We'll see what it does. May have to pulse it periodically just to get it to flow. Keep the bubbles clear, and we'll see how that works out. Alright, well, that's the start of my project. I'm going to put this on an MGB. Got my drawing right here. I'll give you a look at that. On the drawing you can see that I've got what I was telling you about. I've got a liquid level sensor right here into the KOH solution, and a distilled water reservoir over here. I'll pump it into it. Here's my pump. The output will go to a pump and into the HHO generator, back up into the reservoir. I'm going to be putting in a dryer in here between the reservoir tank and the flow meter. I find that the moisture, after a while of running, the moisture builds up, and the ball then doesn't give you an accurate reading. The thing will jump up to 10 liters per minute, and it's not really doing that. Actually, it's riding on top of a column of fluid. Then The output of that will then go to the flashback, to some check valves, and then to the flashback arresters, and then into the air intakes for each of the SU carburetors on that MG. This is an old MG. It's a 1972. I've had it for a number of years, and just a lot of fun to play with. I've got some temperature sensing equipment that I'll be mounting, some voltmeters and so forth. I've got some digital voltmeters and digital ammeters, or little panel meters I picked up. I'll wire them in, and should be ready to go shortly. So I'm excited. I've got this 6.5 liters running steady. Let's block that off so you can see it a little bit. The garage door is open. Alright, you see that's right at 6.5, almost 7 liters. Alright, well, thanks a lot for watching my video, and talk to you all soon. Bye.